Meet Joe Black is truly a beautiful film with a fantastic cast, a gorgeous premise, and a wonderful execution. This was released in 1998, directed by Martin Brest, with a screenplay by Ron Osborne and Jeff Reno, and stars among others Brad Pitt and Anthony Hopkins. And the description from IMDb makes it sound as beautiful as it actually is. And this says, Death, who takes the form of a young man, asks a media mogul to act as a guide to teach him about life on Earth. And in the process, he falls in love with his guide's daughter. Now, when we say death, it's not necessarily the Grim Reaper. This is not a horror. It's just the embodiment of death, because death comes to us all. And when death does come to us, you're very likely to meet the character Death. But he spends some time on Earth and can be seen in his beautiful guise as Brad Pitt. He is called Joe Black, and he spends some time on Earth, and it's really, really quite a bizarre concept to think of death as a person. But then I guess that's pretty realistic and pretty believable. What I really liked about this, I think, is just the character. The character of Joe Black is so likable, so warm, so believable. And that doesn't make any sense when I say it out loud, but he is believable as Death, even though he is not necessarily what one would expect from Death, because he is inviting, he's friendly, he's very attractive in this film, and he's the antithesis of what one would imagine as Death. But it just works so well. I feel like the atmosphere is exceptionally beautiful. It's always very quiet. Ironically, my computer made a noise. I apologise for that. It's always quite quiet. There are moments where it's quite heightened, but there's always this weird sense of peace and calm and gentleness. Again, the antithesis of what one would expect to be brought with an embodiment of death. So it's full of surprises, and it's such a lovely film. It's quite a romance, and I'm not the biggest fan of romantic dramas, but because it's got this unique angle, I can deal with it, and I think it works. The other brilliant pull factor for me is Anthony Hopkins as William Parrish. I don't think Hopkins can do a bad film. I really don't. I'm sure there's one or two, but I absolutely love his role in this. I think the on-screen pairing with Brad Pitt and Hopkins is just, it's fabulous. And I love watching them perform together. I think they really are. The casting in this film is brilliant. We have some really beautiful editing, some gorgeous scenery. The lighting's really interesting because it often feels quite dark, but not in a way that's foreboding, but in a way that's quite romantic. And I think it works very well. I'm trying to find something about this film that I didn't like. Honestly, I don't think I can find anything. I think there are some brilliant costumes, the acting's fantastic, it's full of surprises and a few little twists and turns. Not necessarily the most dramatic twists and turns, but certainly some very interesting ones. Honestly, if you haven't seen it, I think it's a film that everybody can benefit from. I truly enjoyed it, and hand on heart, I think you will too.